and welcome to Thursday's maths lesson. Now we're moving on to a new topic now. We've finished our unit on measurement and we are going to start a unit on fractions. So our first two lessons of our fractions are going to be done this week. Okay. Now some of this is a little bit of a recap from things we have previously learnt in year 2. Because we missed a lot of our learning last year in year 2, some of these things, they might be new to you. That's absolutely fine. Okay. So the first thing, and we have definitely done this before with other things, is what does this word mean? Equal. Can you tell me what the word equal means? This is going to be really helpful in our work on fractions this week. Pause the video here, write a definition for equal, and then we'll get started. So, equal means the same as, it means the same, okay? So if they've got the same number of parts, they've got equal parts. If something equals something else, it means it's the same either side of the number sentence. It basically means the same as, okay? And in fractions, we often make equal parts, and that's what we're going to do today. So, today is the 4th of March 2021 and our LI is to make equal parts. Now step 1 is to understand what a whole is and then a part is. Step 2 is I understand how to make equal parts. And step 3 is I can solve problem-solving questions. Let's get started. So today, use different colours to show how this shape can be split into equal parts. Now let's see how many different ways we can find. Now they've done one for us here. Equal would mean they are the same size. So that means this blue part here has the same number of squares in it as the green part here. They're equal in size, aren't they? So you've got it split into 2 equal parts here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my square tool to split it up into different parts. So we're going to use a red part first. So I'm going to firstly split my square up into 4 equal parts, but we need to make sure that they are all exactly the same size, okay? So they each have 9 squares in them. So these are all equal because each of them have 9 squares. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So I've split into 2 equal parts. I've split into 4 equal parts. Should we see if we can split into 3 equal parts? I'm going to get my square up again. So I think I'm going to split across like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 12, okay? So that's got 12 squares in it. So I need to make sure that this one also has 12 squares in it. And let's see if this one also has 12 squares in it. Right, so that is equal. There's 12, 12 and 12. Okay, now I've split up into 2. I've split into 4. I've split into 6. Other ones do you think I might be able to split into? Should we try 8? So I can see that I have split, you can see I've kind of played around with it a little bit, and I have managed to split this shape up into 9 equal parts. Okay, I didn't manage to do 8, I'm not sure if it's possible, it might be, but I've done it into 9 equal parts. Now I said that I can find 3 different ways of doing this. When you finish this video, my challenge to you is to see if you can find even more equal parts to this, okay? So it's a 6 by 6 grid, okay? So that is my challenge to you. But the most important thing is that it's equal, okay? No one of the parts is bigger than the other. Let's move on to our turn. So look at these representations. So they're just showing you an amount split up, okay? Decide which show equal parts and which show unequal parts, okay? So you can see some of them are like a shape that's split up into different ways, okay, in different colours. I want you to tell me or tick or write down which ones show equal parts and which ones show unequal parts. Pause the video here and have a go. So you can see here that I have popped in our answers, okay? You should have paused the video because you don't want to see all the answers before you've done it. But I have said that the first one is equal. And the reason I have said that, I've said that because there are two, it is a shape, it is a rectangle, and it's split in half, but each half is exactly the same, okay? It's not split in, not one half is smaller than the other half, because then it wouldn't be half, would it? It's split into two, but each one is exactly the same, okay? It's split down the middle. Now, our pink rectangle is unequal. And the reason that is because, yes, these two are equal, but this one is bigger, isn't it? Okay, it's not an equal part. If we put a line across there, then it probably would be into 4 equal parts. Now, this one was very odd, and this took me a lot of thinking about before I think I've got the right answer. So we've got 2 triangles here, and we've got 1 triangle here. Now, are these equal? I think this triangle is a lot bigger than these 2 triangles, okay? So I therefore think it is unequal. Now these last 2 are actually very, very similar. Now imagine you could make these using Unequal or using cubes. So you've got 1, 2, 3, you've got 12 cubes altogether, but they are split up into 3s. So you can see they are 4 groups of 3 equal cube towers, for example. Now, this one looks different to this one, but it's still equal. And the reason for that is because this pink bit, all that's happened is this pink bit has been popped on the bottom. Okay, it's exactly the same, it's still equal, it's just rearranged, okay? The most important thing, they've all got 3 in them, each of the groups. Well done if you got those right. Now, these are the sorts of questions you might get in like a test or on a worksheet, this sort of thing, okay? Can you split the teddies into 3 unequal groups, okay? So that means that there can't be the same amount of teddies in each group. They have to be unequal. Now, the last question, aside from that, is how many ways can you split the teddies into equal parts, okay? So first of all, split them into unequal, and you can draw that. You don't have to draw teddies, you can just do circles. And then, how many ways can you split the teddies into equal parts? Be systematic in your approach, okay? So that means you could potentially use your times tables or your division facts to help you work this out, okay? Have a go, and we'll go through the answers after. So, how did you get on? We'll quickly go through the answers. There is more than one answer, especially with the first one, okay? So can you split the teddies into 3 unequal groups? So that means you can just put a circle around the teddies, but they need to make sure that you've got 3 groups of teddies, but they haven't all got the same amount in, okay? So you couldn't group them like 4, 4, 4, because that would be equal groups. So you could have done it however you like. Have one group of 1, one group of 5, you could have one group of, and then one group of 6, for example, okay? As long as you've put a circle around all of the teddies, but the groups aren't the same, you've got it right. And you will only have 3 different circles. Now, let's go on to the next bit. How many ways can you split the teddies into equal parts? So, what we need to think about is how many teddies we've got in total. We've got 12 teddies in total. And they have to be split into equal parts. So for example, it's not like you have to put them into 3, but you could do. So let's get my circling tool and let's make it, you can see through it. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So here you can see what you've done is you've split the teddies into 3 groups of 4. And if you want to be extra clever, that's because you know that 3 times 4 equals 12. Right, let's try another way, shall we? So, we're now going to split the teddies into, oh my goodness me, that does not look very nice, does it? we're going to split the teddies into 2 groups, but they're going to be equal. We're going to do 2 groups of 6. And if you want to be extra clever, that's because you know that 6 times 2 equals 12. You could also, because you know that 1 or 12 times 1 equals 12, you could put a circle around each individual teddy bear, and that would be equal, okay? That would be 12 groups of 1 teddy bear, so 12 times 1. Can we think of any other times tables that we know that equal 12? If you can, let me know on Dojo. Really well done if you had a go with that, and really, really well done if you linked it to your times tables. Now, we have got a worksheet for you to do on Dojo. It's a white rose worksheet like normal, and I would like you to complete 1 to 4 for mild, the whole for medium, and the extra chili challenge worksheet for our hot challenge, okay? Get a grown up to take a picture of your work and then pop it on Dojo. Good luck!